Hey guys, welcome back to TechNSArena, your code channel for all things tech. In today's video, we are gonna take a previous analysis of the sales data one step further, where we'll visualize the standard deviation. This will help us better understand the spread of our sales data over the 5 days. If you haven't watched my previous video on calculating the standard deviation using different methods, make sure to check that out first. Okay, let's quickly recap our problem statement. We have been given the following dataset representing the number of products sold over 5 days. We have already calculated the standard deviation for this dataset in our previous video. So, why visualizing standard deviation is important? Standard deviation gives us a measure of how spread out the numbers in our dataset are. By visualizing it, we can easily see how much variation there is from the average number of products sold. Now, let's visualize this data to see the distribution and understand the variability more clearly. Okay, the very first thing here we do is to import the libraries we need for our analysis, right? Okay, for our visualization today, we'll use Matplotlib and NumPy. Matplotlib is a popular library for creating static, interactive, and animated visualizations in Python. And NumPy is for numerical computing in Python and is useful for handling arrays and performing mathematical operations. We are using Matplotlib for our visualization. But what were you using NumPy for? Well, we'll be needing to calculate the mean and standard deviation. And of course, we are not going to calculate it manually by ourselves. So we'll take help of NumPy for that. Here, we'll define a list that contains the name of the weekdays, and we already have our sales data, so we'll simply copy it from our previous code cell. Next, we'll calculate the mean and standard deviation of the sales data using NumPy. The values are stored in the variables mean sales and steady sales. The standard deviation measures the amount of variation or dispersion in the sales data. Now, we'll create a new figure. Here, I have set the figure size with a width of 10 inches and a height of 6 inches. It's not fixed, you can set this figure to any size you want. We'll now create the bar plot using plt.bar. Here, days and sales are the parameters for the bars. This plots the days on the x-axis and the sales on the y-axis. Next, we have set the bar color to orange. I want to make the bar color slightly transparent, so I have set alpha to 0.7. If you want deep orange, you can remove the alpha. Now, we'll add a horizontal line at the mean value using plt.axh This basically means a horizontal line across the axis. I've set the color to blue, lines are dashed and a width of 2. I've also added a label to this line that shows the mean value. Again, it's not fixed. You can modify these things as per your need or as you want to style it. For example, you want the dotted line instead of the dashed one. So just change it to dotted from dashed. It's that simple. Okay, now we'll add two more horizontal lines representing one standard deviation above and another below the mean. Here, I have set the color to green, lines are dashed, and a width of 2. Also added a label showing the standard deviation value rounded to 2 decimal places. Okay, we are almost done. Now we'll add a final labels and title. We've first added an x-axis label with plt.x label and a y-axis label with plt.y label. We've then added a title to the plot with plt.title. You can give any title as you want. Then we've displayed the legend using plt.legend to show the labels for the mean and standard deviation lines. If you don't like legends, you can skip this part, but it's good to add in the plot. And finally, our show method will display the plot. So here is the final result. You can make changes as you want in the code. Visualizing data is an interesting part in data science and analytics. The more you will play with data, the more you will get interested in it. Go ahead and try visualizing it by yourself as well. This visualization helps us see how much the sales numbers deviate from the mean. By visualizing the standard deviation, we can easily interpret the variability in a sales data. This makes it clearer to identify days with sales significantly higher or lower than the average. I hope this video helped you understand the importance and method of visualizing standard deviation.
If you found this video informative, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to TechNSArena for more informative insights. And I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, keep learning and keep exploring.